All right. All right.
Woo!
Yeah.
Bring
Well,
the energy today.
rise and inspire. Welcome, everybody.
My favorite topic today.
This is a really good one. I feel like it's going to be a lot of people's favorite topic today.
For sure.
I dressed to the occasion.
You did. You fit it. So why don't we introduce ourselves and then we'll jump into the topic.
All right. So I'll start short and sweet. Kelly, you can find me on Instagram under Kelly_Patricia, or on Facebook, just lose the underscore.
Right on. I am Darcy Burke. I go by Darcy Elizabeth on Facebook and darcyelizabeth.co on Instagram. That's also the same for my website, darcyelizabeth.co. And today on Rise and Inspire, we are going to talk all things books because Kelly and I are firm believers in like personal development, pushing yourself. And y'all, if you're having a bad day, it's time to put on a book. Audiobook, read a book, whatever it may be.
Yeah, and it actually funny you say that because when we're allowed to go out in the real world and like do things and be busy and go places, I actually prefer audio. I'm a music person, so I do like to listen to music in my car. But when I made that shift, because I was always in the car, like traveling, like dance and schools and sports and like things that actually used to happen, I would find myself like, well, yeah, I can listen to music this whole time, or I can put on an audiobook and kind of kill two birds with one stone here. So I'm not in the car as much, and I feel like that's kind of where I hinder now. I don't read as much as I absolutely should, but I'm obsessed with audio. I love audiobooks.
Yeah, see, I love audiobooks because I do it a lot when I'm cleaning, doing the dishes, or if I'm just like having a moment, I will put my AirPods in and literally listen to a book to bring me back, remind me who the heck I am, who I want to be.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's easy to lose track of that.
So easy. Absolutely. And like you said, they always bring you back, and it's a positive influence in your ear. You know what I mean? You are who you surround yourself with, is what I say. So if you're always listening to that uplifting, positive stuff, I feel like you're more apt to fall into that category.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you want to dive right into it? We'll dive right into personal development first.
Yeah, let's definitely do that. So for me, I have read for personal development books. Yeah, this is exciting, you guys. Look what Darcy did.
Woo! Canva, yo.
Yeah, this is so awesome. So I read You Are a Badass a couple years ago, and that was one of my all-time favorite books in the world. It really gave me a swift kick right in the you know what. And it was such an eye opener. It's been years since I've read it, so I really want to get it on audio just so I can like re-listen to it. I did read it the first time, but it's definitely one that I feel like you could always go back and listen or read, and it'll always give you good pointers.
Yeah. So for me, that was actually my first audiobook that I listened to.
Oh, wow.
And this book is great for somebody who needs that little reminder. Because guess what? Everybody, you are badass, right?
Yeah.
We all bring so much to the table. And a lot of times we don't know, one, how to tap into it, or two, believe in ourselves.
Yeah.
So where it says, bring on your greatness, that's what this book is for, I would say.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's 100% right. And so
Title says it all.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. I know. It's like I could keep going into it, but really the title says it all, because that's what the whole thing is about. It's really making you believe in yourself and to make you like you are a badass. So own it.
Right.
Yeah.
We're all different for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, that kind of like reminds me of the book I'm reading right now, which is also on there, called Own Your Everyday.
Yeah, I have not read that one, so fill us in on that.
It really talks about, like, in a world where we often feel pressure, pressure to move forward or find your it or whatever. She talks about just like slow it down, and like, where are you right now? Like, you have to just be comfortable where you are right now. And also, even though you have goals and you want to get to places, like, own your everyday. See, title of the book. She shares stories and truths about like overcoming things. And I feel like a lot of the topics, actually, Darcy, that we have talked about in the past, that we've done, like lives on, like the comparison game, that is in there. Talking about fear, that is in there. So a lot of the things that we have already discussed is coming up in this book. If you follow me on social media, in my Instagram today, I posted a picture of one of the pages, and it said, don't say to yourself what you wouldn't say to a friend. So
Yep.
we have
Yep.
discussed that 100%.
Right. So I was actually reading this book this morning. It's Fear is My Homeboy. It's actually a business development book, but she says in there, she goes, you are your boss. So if you're telling yourself something that you would never want your boss to say to you,
Yeah.
I mean, that's more from a business standpoint, but like, seriously though, if you would not want your boss to say something about you, then don't say it to yourself.
It's 100% true. It's all the mindset. You really don't want to keep putting negative things into your brain, because how can you own your everyday? You know what I mean? If you're constantly putting fear, if you're constantly putting doubt, insecurities, she talks about expectations, the pressure, all things like that. How are you going to own your everyday and, be the badass that you are every day?
And then let's all talk about Rachel Hollis.
Yeah, she has a lot. She does have a lot of good ones out there. The only one I read from her is Girl Wash Your Face.
Okay, so I've read all three. I should have actually put her third book in this PDF. Here's the thing. This is my opinion, so everybody bear with me. But Rachel Hollis, some people aren't a fan, some people are. I was a huge fan, then I got a little discouraged. But let's just all remember that there's bumps in everybody's road. That's my only comment. There's bumps in everybody's road. And her third book, what's it called?
You have it.
No, I can't think of it right now. It's not supposed to be like this or something like that.
Oh, shoot. Kara, if you're watching this live, you better write in the comments what it is.
No kidding, huh? I'm going to look real quick because that's really bad. It apparently is not as great. Didn't see that coming is what it's called. And that book is so good for somebody who is going through something. So one, if this pandemic 2020 has really hit you hard, that's a great book to read, right? Because 2020 was not supposed to be this way. When I looked at 2020, I was like, this is going to be the year, yo. And this has been the bumpiest mother year of my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Amen
if you're
for
going
that.
through a breakup, divorce, struggling with this pandemic, that's a great book to read.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that idea.
Do you want to say any comments about Girl Wash Your Face? It's been a long time since I read that one.
It has. And actually, I guess I shouldn't say I read the whole thing. I have 1 or 2 chapters left, or maybe 1 chapter left. I was
start over.
I know, that's what I'm saying, dude. 2019 is when I read it, and I was reading it in like a really, well, I was kind of going through like something at that time. So it was a really good book for me to read at that point, but I didn't get to finish it. So I feel like I might just reread it.
I would.
I know a lot of, it's so popular.
I've read all these books except for Own Your Everyday. And I go back a lot on my Audible and just listen to them again.
Yeah.
I should probably listen to that one again. I'm going to talk a little bit about The Universe Has Your Back and Hunger for Happiness. So
Yes.
these two type of books are more for people like me who like really are into biohacking, as in you really dig deep. If you're somebody that is not what some people would call woo-woo, they might be a little harder to read. So like Universe Has Your Back talks about really digging deep, meditation, believing that the universe does have your back, right?
Right.
So some people do struggle with that. If that's something you want to get more into, that's a great book. The Universe Has Your Back is probably, man, it's definitely on my top 3. I love that one. I am actually reading it again right now because at the end of the day, if you keep telling yourself something and you're working towards it, you're putting in the action, you keep saying it, you're positive about it, it's probably going to happen. At least for my life, I think about stuff that I put out in the universe and it ends up happening. So this book allows you to tap into that and like believe in yourself, I would say. You should read that one, Cal.
That is on my list. That one and definitely Hungry for Happiness and the Can't Hurt Me one. I'm definitely getting all next, like top 3 books I need in my life. And my service is terrible. You keep going in and out. So I hope for everyone watching, I hope it's just my internet.
I think it's just yours because from my streaming, it doesn't look like you're frozen.
Okay, good. Okay. Yep.
And then Hunger for Happiness. This one dives in a lot to like emotional eating. It does talk about breath work and meditation. But it's really good to understand that relationship with food and that really dive into why you're eating that.
Yeah.
So like if anybody, which most of the population struggles with food relations, that's a book to read.
I just recommended that book to somebody too, which I don't think, I mean, you say it's funny because you're like, well, it does have breath work and meditation because that might not be people's thing. So they think, but don't knock it. Yeah. Don't knock it till you tried it, you guys. Don't be like, oh, I don't need meditation or, oh, I don't need breath work because who knows? It might be your new favorite thing. It might sound stupid and it might be like the most rewarding thing that you've done this year for yourself.
Right. For sure. Sure.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about Untamed?
So what I'll say about Untamed is I didn't hate it, but I also didn't love it like everybody else.
I hear that a lot.
I didn't love it. Maybe I just didn't relate to some of it. But also maybe because like I'm so obsessed with some other books that we'll be talking about. And I like read those, like, you know, I'll go over those like 3 times in a row. And then I read Untamed and like, it's not bad, but it wasn't one of my favorites. But other people that I know have read it over and over again and was obsessed with the book. Yeah.
I did a book club, remember?
Yes.
Yeah. So Untamed, this is my thoughts on it. Some stuff you don't have to like take so personally, I think, because
you don't have to take it so literal.
Yeah, like some people don't believe with her decisions.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was hard for a lot of people that I did a book club with. But the thing I take away from Untamed is the cheetah part.
Oh, yeah.
The cheetah part, every person on this earth needs to read it.
I can hear her voice right now.
Right.
Talking about the cheetah.
Yeah, and like it talks about there's this cheetah in a cage at a zoo, right? And it's, you know, taught how it's supposed to live. It's not supposed to, you know, go outside its boundaries. But then all of a sudden, its sees a bird or something. I don't remember the exact thing that happened. And its inner cheetah came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like that's just saying like let your inner cheetah come out. And just because the world wants you to act a certain way, it doesn't mean you have to act that way.
Right. Exactly. Be authentically you. And that will work all on its own. Like that'll work for you in your lane wherever you are. You just need to be authentically you.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Be you. Like
Yeah.
don't do like the imposter syndrome where you're like trying to be someone else. But literally be you and let your inner cheetah come out.
Yeah.
And not everyone's gonna like your cheetah.
Yeah.
Hello?
And who cares? Just as long as you like your own, who cares?
And I feel like a lot of us tuck our inner cheetah in for so long. Like think about me and you, Kel.
I know. Why
kinda
didn't we
sad.
let our shit run long time ago?
Right? For sure. For sure.
You know, in Own Your Everyday, she talked a lot about like just because someone is succeeding more than you are doesn't mean that they're better than you. You know what I mean? Like, and that's, I think, where like insecurities, the expectations, the pressure to prove, find your whatever it is, just because people, I don't want to say succeed more, but maybe like follow their dreams more, or they don't let fear get into the way of it as much. It doesn't make the other people better than you are. And you really have to, I feel like that's where mindset comes in. That's where these come in. You really have to dig deep into the person that you are, where you are in life, and just own it.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna have to break this up in two.
Yeah. Because not only do we have these personal development books that we want to talk about, we also Darcy did another one of those to talk about the business side. Like if you want to start something or go somewhere, some books that will help you get into that.
Yeah, especially like, conquering goals or being an entrepreneur. We have a whole nother set of books that we want to share with you guys. So that will have to be a to be continue.
Yeah.
But before we go, let's talk about Can't Hurt Me.
That is on, I want to read that like next. Like that's what I want to read.
Get ready to dive deep.
Is that what I hear? What I heard about it, there's lots of swearing, but it's a good book. What are your thoughts?
There's lots of swearing and there's practices he has you do. I actually had to stop and come back to this book because it almost hit really emotional parts, which I think everybody needs to, right? Because a lot of stuff that has happened in our life that has made us who we are. And it is really good to tap in there and really like see what the heck's going on. But it hits those dark spots.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Right. And it's like, it's a really good healing book. I have the Audible and the actual book because it was so like transforming. Yeah. So I feel like that book, when someone's ready to heal from their past or get over something, that's the book to dive into, and also tells you a lot about yourself.
That's a good explanation. Like when you're ready to heal. I love that.
Yeah. When I first started reading it, it was earlier this summer and I was at a place where I couldn't, right? Like I was too emotional. I had to take some time before I could finish it, but I ended up finishing it in September and I would definitely read it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll come steal your actual copy of it.
Yes, you should. Come on over, sister. Well, I'll see you in like 3 months.
Just kidding. Throw it out the window at me.
Love you. See you in 3 months. Yeah. We'll do a snake attack like we did with the Energize. Here we go.
Yeah. Don't be suspicious. Don't be. Yeah.
Okay. I am in such a better mood than earlier today. Earlier today, I was grumpy, y'all. It's my snap. I put my snap in my cappuccino.
let's yeah. I feel like we're in a book club. We all need to just
Yeah,
snack.
we are in a book club. Rise and
I know.
inspire you.
I know. That's why I wore my hat.
Exactly. So anyway, here we are. Those are the recommendations we have for personal development books. One thing me and Kelly do want to challenge you guys, and if you're not in our Rise and Inspire group on Facebook,
Do it.
do it. Kelly, do you want to tell them what we think they should do for 2021? I got to grab my charger.
What I think they should do for 2021.
Yeah, as in like adding more books to their list or getting ready for 2021.
Yeah. So basically, everyone, if you don't have a pen and paper on you, do it. You know what else I find very weird right now? I can't see myself. So as I'm talking right now, I'm talking literally to nobody. So that's cool. But honestly, you guys, 2021, I mean, so what I'm going to do, like, I always feel like I need to work out. I need to work out. That's like my goal for 2021 or for the new year. But for 2021, what I'm really going to focus on is reading. You guys, write these down, pick up, really dive deep into like where you want to, what do you want to work on? Is it mindset? Is it physical? What is it? And then we can help point you in the right direction, what book you need to read, which one you should listen to, how you're, if you're busy and so much going on, you feel like you never have time. That's another, reach out to us. We'll help figure out what works best for you. Because it is super hard, when you have a busy life and you're always go, constantly doing stuff. But so Darcy, she is someone, I'll use her as an example, is always busy, right? Go. But she never has excuses and she's always on it. So it's just, you really have to dive deep into what you're looking for 2021. And
sorry.
Was it dying on you?
It was dying.
It died. So I don't know where you were wanting me to go with this, Darce, but I was just letting everyone know that 2021, they really should make a goal for themselves. If, how we always do, I need to lose weight for the new year. Like, let's really focus on reading and getting into our mindset and like dig deep into our goals and like what we need to do to accomplish them. And I feel like that could be getting personal development books or even the business books that we're going to mention next week, because we're going to be continued. That will really help us all, I feel like, be our best selves, but then also get through this new year, because like we always talk about, it's not just going to magically change. January isn't going to get here, you guys, and everything's just going to be A-okay better. We really need to dive deep and figure out how to make it our best.
Yeah, and we still have time, right? We still have 3 weeks left of the year where get on a book now. So you're going to be even more closer to your goals come January 1. I always say this when I take on new clients, the first thing I talk about is personal development. And I always recommend You Are Badass first. My second is Girl Wash Your Face, because it does remind you like you can do anything you put your mind to. What would you say your go-tos are?
I am digging this Own Your Everyday right now. It's really like, oh my God, okay, that makes sense. Like, I end up cutting that in like my top 3 favorites. But definitely You Are Badass is my all-time favorite. But my favorite that I've read like 3 times is one that we haven't talked about. Yeah, and we're going to talk about it next week.
Next week. So with that, we've been going at this for about 30 minutes, so we don't want to take too much of your guys' time.
Wow.
I know. I told you. I said, Monty is talking about these books, man. Whoop, whoop.
And if you knew me growing up, this is not what my future was going to look like. If any of my teachers are watching right now, they're laughing. No,
right?
They're proud. No, they're proud.
Totally. So we're going to put this PDF into Rise and Inspire group on Facebook. If you're not in it, jump in, reach out to one of us, drop a comment below. As always, you can always reach out to Kelly or I if you think of topics, if you have questions, or even if you need to get into the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Write to us, yo.
We're here.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's all we got. So also, when you do read one of these books, let us know.
Yeah, tag us in it. We want to see what y'all are reading.
Yeah, we're nosy. Let us know.
Or if you have recommendations for us to read, we would love that too.
Yes. Yep. And you know what? There's some other yeah. Maybe they're on the next list. I was going to say, I feel like there's a couple that we didn't mention, but tune in next week, you guys, and then we'll talk about a little bit more. How's that?
Exactly.
To be
Talk
continued.
soon. We'll be back next week for business, personal development, and those books are some serious game changers as well. So we will see you next week.
One of them I've read 3 times.
I know which one it is.